Hey everybody, just another quick update. It's been about 3 days. I got a lot done in that length of time. A lot from my Flames of War anyway. But here's a little update on what I got done. As you can see right in front of you, I got some individually based 15mm figures, so I can use them in skirmish games or rules like Battlegroup, which I'm quite fond of. They're on 15mm washers, which is perfect. They got enough weight to them, and they stand out enough that you can find them on the table, because they are pretty small. 15mm is pretty small. One thing I did is I've been mounting some of them as two-figure teams, and these Flames of War small bases are perfect for that. I mean, here I have a two-man team for an MG42, two figures on the base, all flocked up, looking nice. A three-man team would look like that. And if they take a casualty, I just take that guy off. If they take two casualties, I'll just take this base off, replace this guy with a guy carrying an MG42, and that's how I keep track of that. I don't have to lay dice next to the thing or the base anymore. So yeah, that works great. Two-figure stands like that to go along with the individual figures. So it looks great. And we got some more grenadiers. I got some command figures, little squad sergeants. Looking good, so I'm happy with that. It turned out really well. So I got that done. Another thing I've been working on, here's a Panzerschreck team. Looks good. Another thing I've been working on is these bases like this, where I have a typical size Flames of War base with a two-figure team, like I was just showing you. That allows me to use this two-figure team in other rules or skirmish games and still use them in Flames of War by using these little bases. Now in Flames of War you need three figures on a standard size base for example, your MG42 heavy machine gun team. So I can't use this in Flames of War just like this normally. So what I've done is I've created these little bases like this where I've built up the edges with some celluclay. If you remember my last video, I showed you what I was doing with that. Flocked it up, made sure this guy would fit snugly in there, just like that. And it turned out pretty good. Of course, the edges on Flames of War bases are beveled. They got those little slopes to them, so it's kind of hard to hide them. But that's okay. I think it looks great. You just pop him in there, he don't fall around, and there's your Flames of War heavy machine gun team. Ready to go. If I want to play battle group or skirmish game, I could have my two-figure team represented on that little base right there, separately. And yeah, I'm gonna make more of these. I think I might try it with the 5-man or 4-figure based figures as well. Like for instance, I have this LMG team, which I mounted lengthwise on the small base. As opposed to going that way. These guys are that way. So this is a little trickier. If I wanted to put him on a bigger base with, say, 3 other figures or 2 other figures, it's not really going to fit too well. See, like, this is what it would look like. I mean, I can't put a beveled edge on here. I can't build that up and keep him from flopping around. So that would be a little trickier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Unless I put him on like this, put figures in the back. And I don't know. I like my figures facing that way. So we'll see what I'm going to do with these guys. I might just leave that as it is and use them with other games only. I don't know. Here's some more teams. Another LMG. Panzerschreck. Yeah. So, works pretty good. They look good on the table too. I'm happy with that. Add some variety to my World War II games. Some other things I've been doing, I've been rebasing a lot of the figures. Let me get a better view here. Here's my platoon of U.S. Airborne. I reflocked the bases, made them look more natural. Got the bazooka team. If you remember from my last video, I was talking about this guy. It's a light mortar, and he was originally put on one of these small bases with 3 figures. And that's not how you mount them. They got to be on the bigger base. So I just took this base and I permanently glued it to a bigger base. And I just hid the edges. And that's the result. That's what it looks like. So you can't even see those edges. Looks great. So there's the little mortar team. But there they are. Basing turned out really nice. Get a close-up of that. Yeah, they look good. And I also did that with some of my U.S. Armored Infantry. Over here, redid the bases. So they look a lot more natural. So I got my armored platoon all finished. And yeah, I've also been magnetizing my tanks, among other things. If you don't magnetize your tanks, you should. It really makes them more stable, and you don't lose the turrets and the machine guns break off and everything. It's really simple. I just super glued the magnets on directly. If there was a hole ready for them or not, I just put them in there. Didn't matter to me. So there's a nice little M4 Sherman. Good to go. And of course, my favorite tanks, Panzer IV, magnetized. Good to go. Yeah. So yeah, I actually got quite a bit done, among other things that I've been doing. But that's my World War II Flames of War stuff. Still got plenty more to go. So that's that, folks. And I really enjoy these little individually mounted guys. They look so much better. And when you're playing on the tabletop, moving your squads around, these guys, because they're mounted individually, it gives you a lot more diversity or variety in positioning the models. You know, you could fit in tight places a lot easier than with a standard big base where, you know, you got looks like that or something. Now they can kind of move around and take up better positions like that. You know, so I like that. So folks, that's what I've been doing. That's what I got done this week, among other things. I've just got that 40K stuff I've been working on, which is coming along good. And I'm sure I'll have an update on that pretty soon as well. So stay tuned. Of course, there's my Pack 40 platoon. Yeah. Looking good, folks. Looking good. Okay, I just wanted to give a quick update on my basing of my figures here for Flames of War and 15mm in general. Okay, I'll talk to you again. Thanks a lot, folks.